a AP. Happy and you know it's a AP.
What's good? It's AP. 1 in a billion and I'm back. If you in my crew, if you in the body, say oh, it's the body. What's good, y'all? What's going on? AP, I'm here. Listen, okay, I have a confession to make. I tried to deny it for quite some time. I have been watching basketball for all of my life. And, you know, for the majority of that time, I never really had like a favorite team. As I got older and many of my friends made it to the NBA and stuff, not many of my friends, but, you know, I had friends in the NBA and then guys who I played against made it. I just would watch players. I never really had an individual team that I just loved like that. But my confession is the Golden State Warriors is my team. I'm saying it. And it's not a new thing because as you can see, yeah, I was at this finals. Went to the finals. Took my family to that finals. We saw the Golden State Warriors live in person. And that wasn't the only Golden State Warrior game that I've been to. I've been to the games where they played the Clippers. I didn't see them against the Lakers. I've seen Lakers against other people. But you know, in my history of all of the teams that I've seen play, the Golden State Warriors have the most exciting fan base, and I've just always liked their choice and draft picks. The Knicks always would disappoint me because they never would draft who I wanted them to draft. I can go as far back as to the 80s and 90s. I mean, look. The Golden State Warriors drafted Chris Mullin. They had Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond. Then after that, they drafted from Syracuse, Billy Owens. Then after that, after Billy Owens, they even had Chris Gatlin, lefty Chris Gatlin, who was getting buckets. But they had Latrell Sprewell, man. Sprewell. What I always liked is that the players that they drafted would always overachieve. They drafted Chris Webber, first pick in the draft, behind the back, banged it on Barkley. Had Barkley's butt sitting in the camera. I've been a Golden State fan for quite some time. And then when they made the trade for Baron Davis and they had the squad. You know what I mean? They had the squad that was the 8th seed and they beat the Dallas Mavericks. That was the number 1 seed. I like that squad too with Jason Richardson. They always draft good players. So then, you know, finally, my guy from Brooklyn, you know, New Yorker, Mark Jackson, someone who, you know, is a family friend and who I also interviewed. He was the coach. So I liked them then when Mark Jackson was the coach. And then when I tried to dislike them for firing Mark Jackson, they went on, hired Steve Kerr, and won it all. But in the meantime, in between time, I was already into Steph Curry. They drafted Steph Curry. The Knicks didn't draft Steph Curry. No. Golden State Warriors drafted Steph Curry. And I had watched him in college. I watched him his freshman year. I watched him his sophomore year, his junior year. I go look in between all of that. One of my friends from Coney Island, Chris Taft. They drafted Chris Taft in the 2nd round. Like, I like the fact that they make good draft decisions. So people have always went crazy talking about, oh, they formed a super team. But how is it a super team if Nobody wanted Draymond Green. Klay Thompson, he wasn't even a lottery pick. Steph Curry was a lottery pick, but they were undecided on him too. So many teams. So they take players that nobody wants and they make them great. So let's fast forward. Jordan Poole, man. Jordan Poole is killing. Jordan Poole is putting up buckets this season. Jordan Poole is putting up 18, 19 a game. He got handle, he's in and out. He got that in and out. He can shoot. He's athletic. He's fast. Jordan Poole, they got him. They drafted Kuminga. They drafted Moses Moody. They should have got the, I ain't gonna say nothing. It remains to be seen. But Chris Duarte looks very good this season too. But when you look at their roster last year, they drafted James Wiseman. People said they should have drafted LaMelo Ball. But what do you need LaMelo Ball for when you got Jordan Poole? You wouldn't need him. They already got a logjam. Just when you think that you like, wait a minute, why didn't they keep Avery Bradley? Why? Because Gary Payton Jr. is just catching lob after lob. He holds the same defense as Avery Bradley. Matter of fact, better, because he's a younger version. And he jumps out the gym. 38.5-inch vertical back draft day. It looked like his vertical might have went up to about 40, 41 right by now. You know what I mean? So he's looking good. There would be no playing time for no other guard. You know what I mean? What's going to happen when Klay Thompson comes back? But that's my confession, y'all. I'm a Golden State Warriors fan. I admit it. I show you my closet. This is my closet. I show you my recording studio. It's white and blue. And I got paint. I got one more color paint. And I look, it just so happened to be gold. I said, I can't put this in here. That would be a Golden State thing. And I live in LA. I can't do that. So what did I do? I just didn't put the third color in there. And my wife, this is my wife, her doing too. Oh yeah, let's put this third color. You know, when Kobe was playing on the Lakers, we were huge Laker fans. You know, was Kobe. He brings the excitement every single play. And Curry, same thing. Every single play, you never know what to expect. They take no plays off. So, you know, it was cool. It was cool. Having Durant for a couple years in Golden State, that was cool. I even like when they picked up JaVale McGee. Like, everybody was fronting on JaVale McGee, but they picked up JaVale McGee. And Nick Young. When I moved to Cali, one of the first dudes that I met, Nick Young. Yo, they just make good decisions. You know what I mean? Look at this. Jordan Bell was on the team. Sean Livingston. I watched Sean Livingston play back when he was in high school. And my boy, Sebastian Telfair, was in high school too. Let me show you who he is. Let me show you. So, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Coney Island. My boy, Sebastian Telfair, when he was in high school, we at the ABCD camp watching him play. My cousin is his coach. And we watching Bashy play. And it was Bashy and Sean Livingston were the two top guards out there. Got the 6'7" guard, Sean Livingston. He was killing. And then you had this other guy catching windmill and 360 alley-oops. And he was from Jersey. His name is J.R. Smith. It's like, oh my gosh, J.R. Smith was unbelievable. And to see that the Warriors pick up these players, you got to give them props, man. You got to give the Warriors props just for the choices that they make in players. It sits right with me. That's the best way I can put it. I can't forgive, the Knicks for not drafting so many of the New York players that I wanted them to draft. They've never done it. Lance Stevenson should have been in New York years ago. I could keep going down the list, but you know what? They're starting to get New York players now. The Knicks got Kemba Walker. They got Obi Toppin. Who else? They got a couple New York players now. So I give them that. But I like Golden State, man. That's all I wanted to say. That's my confession. I've been watching every game that they play this year, and the Golden State Warriors are the real deal. I made this video today because they just beat the Atlanta Hawks, and they're now 9-1, and the Hawks, they ain't no slouches. The Hawks are good. The Hawks record might be like 4-5 or 4-6 right now, but they played all of the top teams in the league. So when they start playing the mediocre teams in the league, they're going to dominate all of those teams. So the Hawks are solid. And they were in there. They were in there for the majority of the game. And then it's like Curry came out with a vengeance this game. He like, oh, Trae Young, you think you a little Steph Curry? Well, let me show you something. So they were going at it. First, Steph came out looking, he looked like he wanted it this game. A lot of games he's been not playing that much, or not just not taking as much shots. Sometimes he's deferring to let Jordan Poole get into his groove. Not tonight. Steph went out there with a vengeance. He wanted to get buckets. And it looked like Steve Kerr wanted him to get buckets, because Steve Kerr normally, his rotations, he normally takes them out. The start of the second quarter, he started the second quarter. He stayed in the fourth quarter, and he never really starts the fourth quarter. And then he didn't come out until he scored his 50th point. So they had some talks about that game. Trust me on this. And I like to see that too. I like to see that he let Steph go out there and do his thing. We had 9 threes. It was just a great game. I mean, it's just amazing seeing somebody put on these type of performances in basketball. What can I say? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show, and I found myself watching every game that Steph Curry plays. Unbelievable. I can't speak for the rest of the world, but I watch almost every game that he plays. So it's a thrill to watch, and it's a thrill to, I'm in Southern California. I could just go hop on a plane and go to Northern California and go see them play. And I surprised my family. We had a huge surprise when I surprised my son, because Durant was Jay Funk's favorite player, so I surprised him and brought him there for the NBA Finals. Just an exciting franchise, and I don't know, man. When they get James Wiseman and Klay Thompson back, are we looking at a championship team? This is crazy. Like, I was thinking at first that maybe it's because, they haven't played any top tier teams and they've just been playing home, that's the reason why they're winning like this. Because, they lost to Memphis, but at the time Jordan Poole still was, filling out his role. But now he's getting more comfortable. Still early in the season, but they look really good. The role players that they picked up this year look really good. They fit in the system. Like last year, Steph, I saw he would throw a pass he would throw the ball over to Kelly Oubre, and Oubre, and I like Oubre, but he either was shooting or he was dribbling too much, and Steph's a nice guy, so I would bark on the dude if you messing up the offense, but Steph just let him mess it up and just was like, oh man, what can I do with this guy? So this year, you got Otto Porter, you got Belisa, you got who else is there? Gary Payton the second. You got Damian Lee, who, you know, he's playing on another level now, like playing with so much confidence. You got Toscado Anderson. He's playing. He always play hard. You got Iguodala back. Then you got the young guns, and you got Jordan Poole balling. Draymond Green just coming off the Olympics, so he's looking to score a little bit more, in better shape than normal. And Curry is just Curry. I don't know, man. They might win that joint. I want to see them play against right now. Miami is hot. Miami look good. Their defense look good. I want to see them versus Miami. I want to see them versus Utah. Utah look good. Outside of that, everybody else got to get it figured out. Well, you know, they play against who's that? Brooklyn. It will be interesting too. But man, just exciting season this year, and I'm trying my best not to miss any of Curry's games because you never know what he might do. So that's it. My confession has been made. I'm a Golden State Warriors fan. I can't believe it. Like I said, all of this talk I've done, I've liked them from day one. It's nothing new. I've always liked the Golden State Warriors. I remember Byron Houston being on the team. Like, I've been watching Golden State Warriors forever. I'm just a fan of basketball. I know all the players. I've always known all the players. Come on, man. I remember when they had I forgot to bring up Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins be doing this thing, but that made me think of Vincent Askew. Just who they had, Rod Higgins. I remember all of the players. You know what I mean? So, guys, what are your predictions for this season? Do you think the Golden State Warriors are for real? Do you think that they will, in fact, win it all? Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. I'm Ed P. 1 in a billion, and I'm out. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe now.
Happy and you know it, say, hey.